All right, let's be real. Sometimes your brain just feels like a messy sandwich. There's too much going on, stuff slipping out the sides, and no napkins in sight. That's where therapy comes in.
And we're not just talking about screaming into the void or trauma dumping on your sandwich artist. We're talking actual therapy with someone who knows what they're doing. And lucky for you, BetterHelp, our paid partner for this episode, makes it easy to get started.
No waiting rooms, no weird therapy office smells, just a quick questionnaire and boom. You're matched with a credentialed therapist in a couple days. And if it's not a vibe, switch it up faster than you can switch up your sandwich sauce.
So if your brain feels like a chaotic group chat, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/thinkfresh or hit the link in the description for 10% off your first month. Your future self will thank you.
It's a lonely, lonely night at your parents' house in their basement. You put on your headphones, you put on this podcast, and Ty and Eric are there to support you. What's up, breadheads? We are so back.
Ty and I have not left the couch from the last episode.
Yeah, we're still geeked off our hazy pale ales. We're still locked into conversation.
That's right, baby. We're sitting directly across from each other, sipping the same beer from Tuesday. Isn't that wild, Ty?
That's
this beer's
insane.
lasted all week.
It's still got a little bit of some bubbling, too.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of carbonation.
That's right. Oh, dude, speaking of bubbling, Ty, I've been eating so much food over the weekend. I'm talking about last weekend now. Because I went camping. And I love camping, dude. It triggers something primal in me to sleep on the ground and to do things like chopping wood, poking a fire with a stick, being shirtless. You know, things like that.
I totally get it. I have similar inclinations, but I think you've taken it to the next level. Like your obsession with camping is almost neurodivergent. I see you watching the videos on YouTube, learning about how to the best angle to chop the stump with.
Dude, you're so right, dude. I've been grinding Outdoor Boys every day in preparation to create a bushcraft shelter.
This guy loves bush.
I love me some bush.
So
bush
you went,
spelled with a C, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you love bush. You went camping. You made some absolutely fireside meals, I presume.
Oh, dude, smoky.
Walk me through this smoked out menu.
Oh, this menu was smoked out, bro. Honestly, Ty, I didn't cook a single damn thing this whole weekend
because you prepped so much ahead of time. A good chef preps, you know.
A good chef yells at his sous chef to prep for him, and that's what I did.
a really good chef should never touch a vegetable.
Yeah, a real chef just shows up and screams at their staff and says it's raw.
Honestly, like the head chef of a kitchen should be able to remote into their job. They should just be able to hop on a Zoom call and yell at the staff, regardless of whether they're in the room or not. Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, Ty, when you're on Zoom, you can't physically abuse your staff. You can't slap them. You can't push them into the fire.
Spank them with the spatula.
Yeah, slap them with the fish.
Get in their face and spit. There's
just
so
like
many
it's an episode of Pingu. Getting slapped with the fish.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Pingu was your first introduction to domestic abuse.
Yeah, parental kind of abuse.
different. There's different methods of discipline, and like maybe Pingu is exploring some of the more like extreme ones.
Yeah, listen, Pingu is Scandinavian, and they just have different rules there. You know what I mean? They're all kind of young breeders over there in Scandinavia. And
who are we to judge their culture?
I'm not judging them.
I'm not judging them at all.
Ty, but I will tell you what we had.
Walk me through that.
Thankfully for me, I had so much free time to crush so many beers because my sister-in-law did all the cooking. She prepped everything. She bought all the groceries. She cooked it all up. And I got to say, it was fantastic, dude. I think one of my favorite things now is just eating super good on a camping trip. Like eating better than you eat at home, but you're like in the woods.
So immediately a red flag tells me you're not eating good enough at home. Any truth to that?
But at camp, I'm eating like 4 meals because there's nothing else to do, right? You're waking up early, you're getting the fire going, cracking a cold one at 8 in the morning.
And you're thinking about your next meal.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to survive, so I got to eat a smoky now.
I actually think that one's appetite increases when you're outside
Mhm.
because your body has to regulate its temperature so much more, and you're standing around a lot more, so you're burning more calories. So you actually like the natural inclination to think more about what you're consuming is it just makes sense.
I agree. And also, like, I think it triggers something primal in us where we are like kind of aware of the dangers at all times. And like, we got to be fed so that we can like defend the camp. You know what I mean?
Dude, it kind of makes me think like if you're a sandwich artist, you're standing all day, burning lots of calories, you're constantly thinking.
Constantly snacking, dude.
Yeah, because you're surrounded with food, you're always in danger as well
Mhm.
because of the customers. So surely they're probably having like 7 meals a day. Like I bet a sandwich artist is up to like 4 feet a day.
You think when a
Minimum.
fat motherfucker walks in, the sandwich artist is like, "Hey bear, hey bear."
Get the bear spray.
Yeah, it's a self-defense weapon now.
It's just the Subway sauce in a spray bottle into the eyes.
It's the sriracha in a spray
Put a
can.
little vinegar in there.
Yeah. No, you're right though, dude. The sandwich artists, like, they better be snacking because their base heart rate is quite high.
Exactly. And they're burning a lot of calories with all that arm workout.
Mhm.
And also when a super sized customer comes in, Eric, I think that they probably treat them like all other customers. I don't think the sandwich artist is fat phobic, but I do think
Cha-ching. That's what they say.
yeah, they just see dollar signs in their eye. They're like, they're getting the combo for real. I hope they tip.
Dude, this guy's tipping.
No, they're tipping the scales for me. So I think what they actually do though is I wonder like if they profile them regarding sandwich size. Like they
Oh.
always ask me like foot long or 6-inch. Like they assume foot long usually,
Right.
but not always. Sometimes they just double check.
Mhm.
I'd say it's a 50-50 chance.
Mhm.
But I'm also a petite male. And they size me up and they think, can this man eat a foot long sandwich? We don't know. We better double check.
Mhm.
But if you objectively just look like you could eat a foot long sandwich, do you think you're even getting asked?
I don't know. I think you're probably just most cases they assume foot long, and I guess a lot of people probably don't have the heart to say, "Hold on a second." You know what I mean? They just kind of roll with it. Which made me think of a cool concept. What if you never cut the bread first for a 6-inch? You kind of just like build the sandwich and then you cut it off. So you say, I want a 6-inch BMT. Like, all right, no problem. He brings the whole loaf of bread down the line, builds the sandwich on only one side. That way, the whole time he's ready for the upsell.
It's a great tactic.
Yeah,
Like
because then you see how small it is. You're like, fuck, just load it up.
And after you see me make this, you're going to change your mind.
Exactly.
So let's just build worst case scenario. You get 6, I get 6. Win-win.
Totally. Or they just cut off half and put it back like they usually do.
Disassemble it.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't make the whole sandwich. They would just make the half. Like they would layer the meats on one side.
Oh, I see. And so the entire time you're seeing this empty canvas of bread immediately next to it that you could be eating. It's such a tease. That's a brilliant move. I love that.
It's just there glowing, ready for some meats to be slapped down on there.
Slap it down, baby.
Yeah.
So you're slapping meat down on a barbecue, on an open flame.
Yeah, exactly right, Ty. We had a beautiful little fire going the entire time. We had lots and lots of firewood that I chopped up.
Hell yeah.
Was able to build a raging little thing.
You made a rager, hey?
Oh, I made a fucking raging fire, dude. It was sick.
You're a raging flamer.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everyone in the group at one point had to like scoot back. That's a good sign. Usually a good sign of how great my fire is. But yeah, the fire pit that we had like a grill kind of built into it. So we were just like throwing down some lemongrass chicken on there.
Oh wow.
Some breakfast sausages, some smokies, lots of cookies with marshmallows.
Nice.
Yeah.
So using the cookies as like the s'more sandwich, like top and bottom.
Exactly. Just the bottom. We're doing open face s'mores.
The flatbread of dessert.
Yeah, dude. The European style of s'mores.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The s'more is one of the more underrated sandwiches, I will say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Every time I have one, I'm like, this is insane. Like this is so good. But I always make it the same. Marshmallow, chocolate, graham cracker. And I think there's so much opportunity for iteration in this entire area.
Yeah, no, you're so right.
Sounds like you're thinking fresh over there with the cookie.
Oh, we're thinking fresh. I think, Ty, the only reason I didn't really like s'mores to begin with was the cookie was never like the top tier cookie.
It's the most unsatisfying part of the s'more. Like
Yeah.
marshmallow, novel, a little chocolate if you're lucky,
Always good.
always good, very consistent. And then you have just like the shittiest whole wheat cookie you've ever had.
Yeah, totally. So why do we settle for a graham cracker?
Mhm.
You know, why not throw in, like, what we did was we had digestive cookies with a layer of chocolate built into them, and then you just kind of warm that up.
Wait, dude, no disrespect to any grams of any sort, but the digestive wafer is way better than the graham cookie.
Oh, 100%, dude. The graham cookies are not it for me.
No.
Other types of grams are good.
There are iterations we could explore. Like I think like a little waft of peanut butter in that would be delicious.
Yep. Another thing we do, Ty, is we throw, if you got a plain cookie, you put a little brick of cookies and cream chocolate on there.
Ooh.
Warm that up. Put your cooked marshmallow on there and just let it melt into it.
Dude, you're freaking the chocolate. This makes me realize like there's a Subway-esque s'more bar concept that is completely missing in this kind of capitalist society.
Yeah, I
That's
totally
a marketable idea right there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Build your own s'more.
Mm-hmm.
And you could do like square or rectangle.
Mm-hmm. It's DIY.
Yeah.
It's so there is actually a place. Do you know Mink Chocolate over in Cole Harbor?
Mink Chocolate in Cole Harbor.
Are you familiar?
No,
it's like a hot chocolate cafe.
I didn't know Cole Harbor had any businesses other than Cactus Club.
Yeah, it's insane. They're all in the penthouses. You have to know someone.
Yeah,
there's so many business addresses.
Cool.
No, there is a cafe. They serve hot chocolate, but they do a s'more kit that they'll sell you, and they bring a little candle and marshmallows to your table.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you can kind of build one, however, but even them, they are working with your like standardized equipment. Marshmallow, chocolate, graham cracker. Yeah.
I think there's even a s'more kit you can buy at some grocery stores that have like different flavor of chocolates.
Yeah, they are starting to mix up the chocolate. I've seen that.
Kind of a cool area to disrupt, you know?
I'm not even working within my constraints to like innovate. I need to do better. Like imagine a s'more Big Mac, you know, cracker, marshmallow, cracker, marshmallow, cracker.
I was thinking lettuce, lettuce and beef, but never mind.
Oh, that would be kind of sick too.
Yeah. I'm not really a big marshmallow guy, to be honest. Like, have you ever had yams and marshmallows? It's kind of a common dish at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's like a whack one for like the most extremist white people.
Yeah, dude, it's not for me, honestly. It's just like yams are already sweet. Why are we adding marshmallows to a sweet dish?
The only thing that should be added to marshmallows is cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking, right? Because it is a bit divergent, you know? Introduce a bit of spice.
Totally. But yeah, dude, marshmallows over the fire, it's like, I wait to eat them when I'm camping. You know what I mean? I never like try to do them at home or any kind of thing like that. It's got to be over an open flame. It's got to be like pitch black out with owls howling in the background. I got my headlamp on, you know?
I don't even remember the last time I saw a marshmallow indoors. It's an outdoor pet.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's kind of weird because most meals you experience indoors and outdoors. Like I can't actually think of an ingredient that I've seen exclusively indoors or outdoors. Everybody plays in both camps for the most part. More so indoors because we just don't get as many al fresco dining opportunities. But they could be outdoors. But the marshmallow does not go inside. It's like a wild animal.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point. I can't think of one either.
I'm dropping facts here.
Yeah.
So you s'mored.
I s'mored.
You s'mored around.
Yeah.
You're the town s'more. And you grilled some exotic meats, some lemongrass chicken.
That's right.
And what else did you consume?
Let's see. Had some chili. That was really nice.
Classic, pre-made.
It was not pre-made. We brought the beef. We brought the veggies.
What? You had campfire side chili?
Yeah.
No, wait. That seems like such an obvious play to make it ahead of time.
No, dude. The whole point is to cook in the field. Doing things in the field is like, dude, if we just like brought pre-made food would be done in like 30 minutes.
Right,
You know,
right.
like you got to fill the time somehow. Like we're there for 24 to 48 hours. We got to like, fill our time. We got to cook. We got to chop some onions, chop some carrots,
Mhm.
corn. You know, we threw some corn directly in the fire. Had that
Mm.
late night.
Hell
It was
yeah, a little
sick, dude.
husk.
Yeah. Oh, we also made sourdough bread, dude.
You made bread
Yeah, I can't
on
believe I just remembered. We prepped like a bag of flour and some yeast, and then you just kind of add water to it, and then you mix it up, and then you put little balls of it on like a hot stone in the fire, and it just turns into sourdough.
Could you call that the house bread if you're living in a tent?
I wouldn't call it the house bread.
It's more of a specialty. It's an
Mhm.
entree.
It makes me think like all these Trudeau towns, like they got it pretty good.
Well, if they know how to work it, right?
They
Like,
just need to like, I don't know, build a strong fire. Like that's the only thing they're missing.
yeah, they're super close. Like, they have a lighter, they have a lot of shit to burn, but do they have a sourdough starter? We don't know. Do they have the yeast? We don't know.
Yeah, who knows? They're clearly robbing the wrong businesses.
Oh, yeah, good point. Because if they just robbed a bakery, they could, and they don't even go for the register. There's no money in bakeries.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
go
yeah.
head to the back, take some of their yeast, take some of their
Mhm.
starters,
Yeah,
take their
totally.
proprietary croissant recipe,
Yeah, exactly.
and you're selling croissants out of Tent City.
Mhm.
That'll be a hit.
Oh
There's
shit.
no one else is doing that.
Entrepreneurial.
It
It's
is.
just above their pay grade. Ty, they can't think that high level.
Well, I would buy one. Like, honestly, if they made the croissant in their little tent and they undercut the
Mhm.
market for a croissant right now is insane. It's like $7 a croissant. If they came in at $4,
Right.
I would be interested.
Still easy to do because if you're stealing the ingredients, that's an infinite percent markup.
It's true. Like, yeah,
It's zero. You're starting at $0. Everything you do is profit.
it's a good deal.
You can sell it for $1.
I don't know what the half life is on Subway bread, but I would imagine a lot of it's going in the dumpster.
Mhm.
And it's probably still good. You know, when you can buy the day olds at the bakery?
Right.
Like, what if you could just like pluck the day olds from the dumpster or even buy them directly from Subway, mark up day old sandwiches? Because when you think about uh, aging bread and you put it in a sandwich,
Mhm.
you kind of don't really realize it's not fresh. It doesn't really matter because it's already like caked in mayo and salami. There's like
Yeah.
heavy hitters that are taking away from the ability to perceive the freshness of the bread.
Mhm.
So there's also a marketable opportunity there.
Mhm. You're so right, dude.
I only spit facts. I read a really good subreddit post on the r/Subway Reddit this
Oh, okay.
morning. It was someone who was discussing a comment they heard another customer say in Subway.
Okay.
We're gonna get back to your camping, but I must tell you this while it's fresh on my mind. They said, shit, where'd the post go? Where'd the post go, Eric?
I don't know, Ty. It's your post.
Shit. Oh, just overheard at Subway 3 hours ago. The worker says, "What else would you like on that?"
Cool.
And then the customer says, "Just mustard and mayo down in the crack."
Down in the crack,
Down
eh?
the crack. Send her down the crack.
Interesting. That's a kind of a tough one because isn't it filled with like ingredients? How are you supposed to sauce the crack?
I don't really know how you like get it down the crack. You gotta pop it open a little more, maybe widen the entrance, spread the cheeks.
Unless, Ty, this is a move where you close the sandwich and then you just add the sauce kind of to the lip. So it creates a new type of crack and not the fold. You know, it's more of
Interesting.
like the opening.
Kind of like you're sealing it up, like you're soldering it back together.
Any chance that this Reddit user is a welder?
It's very possible. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Not the Reddit users, but those are
The
all
guy
white
who
collar.
heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever. Ordered the sandwich.
The job of the Reddit user is to report on the daily life of the welder.
Mm-hmm. Reddit is just a place where people think they are posting something other people want to hear.
Well said. Sometimes, 99% of the time, they're wrong.
Yeah, it's like, whenever I like check Reddit out, I'm like looking like, damn, you posted this thinking other people wanted to know this? That's crazy.
The other thing is it's all reposted stuff, you know, like you're like, you find something else in the world on the internet or like this conversation, and then you're like, we should talk about this. So at best, Reddit is discourse about discourse.
Right.
And like we're taking it to the third level by having discourse about that discourse that was on Reddit, which was then about discourse in the subway. It's just crazy to be 3 levels deep talking about.
Yeah. I think there needs to be a Subway Circlejerk subreddit. That's basically what this podcast is. Like
More
we
or
are the
less.
Subway Circlejerk.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Are you familiar with this like branding that Reddit will put on like certain topics?
You mean the jerkin?
The jerkin.
I kind of get the concept. I understand the jerking of the circle to be about. It's. I think it's just another way of saying we're talking about it over and over again.
That's what all Reddit is. But Circlejerk is like we are satirizing the topic itself. You know what I mean? It's like we're going so deep into making fun of it that we are actually the joke.
We became the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
So isn't that kind of the memification of all things, though?
Yeah.
Just like you memify it so much that you become.
You are the meme.
Part of the meme.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is.
At a certain point, like this was supposed to be the very beginning of Think Fresh. This was supposed to be a satire of podcasts.
Yeah, dude.
And look at us now.
Unironically, we became circle jerkers.
Yeah, we got the BetterHelp sponsorship. We got the elusive guests.
Yeah,
the episode count and the listener base, and now at a certain point, the podcast has been legitimatized. I don't know if it was the merch line that did it or.
I think it's our website, which you should check out at thinkfreshpodcast.com. Lots of cool stuff on there.
The website is really dope. We don't plug it enough. Thinkfreshpodcast.com.
It's super cool. Probably the best thing we ever made, to be honest.
I think so. Believe it isn't buggy. Unlike the last episode.
Yeah. Well, anyways, anything else, Ty?
Let's go have another beer.
Sounds good. See ya.
Ciao.